I pick up a shift off clipboard at this facility. I work at this facility about like 4 times before the last incident happened. The facility, what I would say about it, is not a bad facility, but like every nursing place, you're gonna have some problem with some rude CNAs, rude nurses. You know, I notice like every nursing facility is like that, with rude CNA, rude ass nurses. Anyway, let's continue on the story because I could go on and talk about them people. Anywho, I went to the facility yesterday. I'm not gonna give the facility name. So when I went there, usually when I go, I just focus on my assignment, and I don't try to really help anyone. I just focus on me getting that money and leave out. I don't even like to sit down and talk to the people like that, to be honest. I just ask them about the resident, and that's about it. And I go straight to work. Anywho, this facility, on this particular day, a nurse came into work. She worked at the facility. And she came in, it seemed like she was angry from the morning because the minute she came in, she started to gossip about, the scheduler not approving her vacation hour and was talking about her in a bad way. But all the other LPNs and nurses was around her. They was trying to avoid a conversation with her. I guess they know like she's one of them who's a problem at the job. So that's the vibe I was getting from them. I stood there, stood quiet, ain't nobody talking to me. So I wasn't getting involved in that. Anywho, doing the shift, this time I decided I'm gonna help people. So I have to help a couple of my coworkers in there with a Hoyer lift patient. I think I helped like two different coworkers, and I helped them like both 3 times. Anywho, at like after lunch, after what was it? No, after breakfast. All right, doing after breakfast, they end up taking the trays ahead of time. So I only have like one resident that they tray did not get picked up. So I was looking at where I could put the tray. I seen like it was a bunch of tray on one side. So I put that tray over there. Anyway, about like an hour later, I hear the supervisor calling me. He said, "Oh, I want to talk to you." So he called me. He was like, "Oh, is this your first time working here?" So I was like, "No, I pick up shit from here before." Well, I just want to let you know you cannot leave your tray right here. So now you're gonna have to pick up all them tray and move it. So I explained to him, like, listen, I only put one tray there. I'm not moving all of them. So he was like, "No, what you're gonna do, you're gonna pick up all the tray and move them. We work together as a team." So I tell him first, I did not put all them trays there. I only put one tray there. And if you're asking me to move it, you could ask it in a nice way, but you're not gonna tell me to move those tray. I'm not moving those tray. I only put one tray there. Anywho, he was like, all right, whatever. So the girl who put all the tray there, I told her what happened. She was like, oh, why he's acting like that? He talked to me about it already, and I told him that I was gonna move it. So she was like, don't even worry about it. I got it. Anywho, went on doing the day. Did my work and everything. After lunch now, this is like about 12:30. After I pass out the trays, everything. After lunch now, I'm like, you know what? I wanna do my charting, but there wasn't no tablet available for me to do my charting. So the other nurses that was there, they was like, yo, stop worrying yourself. You could just sit right there at the computer table and do the charting. So I was like, I don't want that. I'd rather just take the iPad and go in a quiet area like the dining room or whatever and do the charting. That's what I said. So they was like, there's none available or whatever. So stop stressing yourself. Do it. Anywho, took a while for me to sit there. I went back to go pick up some of the trays from my resident and help some of my resident with things and help one of the coworker with one of her resident. So it was like by the time I was finished with everything, it was like about like 1:30. It still wasn't any tablet available. Anyway, they was like, yo, we told you to use a computer. Use a computer and stop stressing yourself. Anyway, I was like, you know what? Let me just listen to them and use the computer. Sit at the computer and I'm trying or whatever. The same nurse I was telling you about who came in and was talking about her vacation time. She came back from break. Her jacket was on the chair I was sitting at. So she came back on break and she came over to me and she was like, oh, move out my chair. So I ignore her because I'm like, I know she couldn't be talking to me. So continue to try to ignore her. She said again, move out my chair. So I asked her, I said, who you talking to? She said, I'm talking to you, move out my chair. That's my chair. So I asked her, I said, asked her calmly. I said, is your chair? She said, yeah. So I was like, did you bring it from home? She said, no. I said, did you pay for the chair? She said, no. So I'm like, how is it your chair? You see my jacket on it, so that's my chair. I said, I don't care. That is your chair. Are you a little kid? Like, are we children? That's what I asked her. I said, we not kids. It's not your chair. And first of all, you can't talk to me that way. Talking to me that way is not going to make me move. I'm not moving. So when I said that, they all came out. It was like the supervisor and the other nurses that was there. They was like, yo, just please move. There's another chair right here. You can sit right here. So they was like, please, please, please move. We don't want no problem. Just give her the chair. So I said, no, I'm willing to go there with her today. So they was like, nah, just move and give her the chair. Just give her the chair. Anywho, the supervisor was like, I even give you could come in my office. I give you my chair. So because they was trying so hard for me to move, and it was the place and time for me because I was willing to go there with her. Place and time for me, so I moved. Went in the supervisor office. The supervisor office is right next to the nursing station, so you could hear everything what's going on at the nursing station. So while I'm in the supervisor office and I'm charting, I hear her talking about me. She was like, "Oh, I don't know why would she want to sit on this chair knowing that my jacket is here. She could be dirty. She could have bed bugs. Why she sit on this chair?" So when she said it, I went out there because to be honest, I wanted to go there with her. And I said to her, I said, first of all, the nurse right here told me that I could sit there. That's number one. And you don't even know me to even assume those things about me. Okay. She was like, oh, so what? You don't sit there. The CNAs don't sit there. Those are for nurses. I said, listen to me. I don't work for your company. I am clipboard. I am agency. I don't have to sit here and take anything from you. I could go there with you because I'm agency. Or gonna happen. Y'all gonna block me or I'm gonna cancel. And I don't pick up nothing else here. So it doesn't matter to me. This video about to end. I got part 2 to tell y'all. But yeah, she tried it.